up, folk? What up, folk? What up? It's been a while since I recorded a little vid. We're gonna skip right past that, though. Sometimes the struggle is necessary. It's been a while since I recorded. So I want to kind of fill you into some details. Minimal details. Not going into my life, because we're not here for that. We're here for the title. We're here for the subject of the video. And that's most struggles. Some struggles are necessary. There's gonna be some struggles that you may even deem unnecessary, unfruitful, unhelpful, and actually detrimental, setting back and not allowing you to flourish, which is that's life. There's going to be a lot of situations where the benefits aren't going to be seen within months, within days, within weeks, maybe within years. Sometimes it'll take time, a long time, human time, for the lessons to be actually learned. You might have been taught a lesson during a situation, but sometimes the lesson itself doesn't sink in until something else may trigger or maybe may resemble what that first situation was, or multiple situations leading. And then that's just life. When sometimes, I'm sure you're watching this, you've experienced this on numerous occasions. Maybe you're doing something random. You can be doing anything, doesn't matter. And it may not be pertaining to what's going on in your mental. It may not be pertaining to what the situation may be. But what it is, you can be going through anything. You'd be like, that's what that was. I understand now. Sometimes things need to align. Cogs need to go into certain sets of motions, certain sets of routines for certain cogs, pieces to fall into place. And sometimes certain pieces need to fall out of place, and sometimes certain pieces need to be replaced, destroyed, or completely remapped. I'm going through a process of not breaking down, but essentially breaking myself down to reforge and recreate myself, because I realize who I am now isn't gonna be able to, who I am now cannot sustain who I will be in the future. And I've been going through a whole process of just, I don't like to admit it, but anxiety and just overthinking, of just comparing myself now to who I need to be in the future. And be like, fuck, I'm not even adequate enough to even hold a candle to my future self. But then gratitude comes in. I came a long way, personality wise, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And it's one of those things, it's just like, it stings when you're going through the shit, when you're going through the hard times, when you're going through hell, when you're going through purgatory. It's just, it stings, it's hard, it's bearing you down, it's wearing you down. And many times you'll get those moments of just like, is it even worth it? Is it even worth continuing? Is it even worth for me to be still doing this? Now that could go through a multitude, whatever, however you perceive that is however you perceive that, and it's to you. I'm not gonna be specific with that. But the beauty of a rose, very simple analogy. A rose, any flower, you pick a flower out of where it's planted, it'll die eventually. But a rose and many other flowers, many other plants have pain and beauty intertwined with one another. Life itself defends, I forgot the word, I'm gonna say flourish for lack, or abundance. There's defense and there's, let's just say flourish. I can't say like offense, because offense doesn't even relate to what I'm saying, but if you understand the protection versus blooming, then you understand that. Sometimes the problem that we create when we're struggling, when we're going through situations, is we're stuck in the moment. We're stuck in the moment of turmoil, turbulence, whatever it may be. And it's easy to get lost in that. And it's easy to either reminisce on hard times, overthink on harder times, or even think this shit will never end. And I went through a portion, granted, this is a quick little thing. I was severely depressed for at least a decade. From when I was a little kid to being early 20s, to that point in my early 20s when I broke out of my depression. I didn't break out of my depression, but I definitely moved far away from it to where I'm not severely depressed no more, where I can actually like wake up and not feel like overwhelmingly. I still have those. The shadow is still there. The shadows are still there. The ghosts are still there. But I'm not living in hell no more. That's because of the struggles I went through and the mindset that I decided to forge and keep and reinstill in myself. Like Russ said, shout out to Russ, God forbid breakdowns. No, shit, I forgot the quote. Breakdowns are necessary though. Sorry, I messed up the quote. I apologize. But breakdowns are necessary. Breakdowns are 100% necessary. And it's not easy, but that's the whole point. If you live an easy life, if you take the easy way, you're gonna live a hard life. If you take the hard route, the hard path, and you plan it and live it how you should, to what's intrinsically right with you, you will find prosperity at the end of the tunnel. It's not the end of the path, but the end of the tunnel. You will see light. There is light still within. There is a point in time where, in the struggle, I did not believe. There's a point in time where I genuinely lost hope. Even before I lost hope and after I regained my hope, I just want to at least make it. If there's one thing I can say, there's one thing I can leave this earth with. I don't care about fame. I don't want fame. I don't want to be popular. I don't want people to be like, oh my God. Please, never do that. But there's one thing I can say, is just, I forget my point. Damn it. You ever be saying something that you say, you try to, bro, my brain is ADHD sometimes, man. Sometimes I just gotta say things and not preface things. It's a bad habit of mine. But look, to that point that went with the wind, I'm not saying to live with struggle. I'm not saying to accept struggle, but accept that in your life you are bound to struggle at any moment, at any time, no matter if you're good, no matter if you're bad. And sometimes when you're in that very dark, deep space, or things are piling on, you can easily find that things will continue to pile on because you're already in that. And sometimes you perpetuate further negative, further weight, further burdens. Maybe burdens not the right word, but in certain cases it can be. You have to focus within for your external to flourish. A lot of people have easy, quick money, quick success, quick stuff. We're in a time where it's just easy to be, one, overconsumed with inhibitions, with distractions, whether it be technology, food, overconsumption was the word I was looking for. Overconsumption and underconsumption. Overconsumption in first world countries is a big problem. Obviously in North America. Obviously there's a lot of the world that's very impoverished. The line of the disparity is getting larger between higher class, upper class, and lower class. Middle class is I'm pretty sure it's shrinking. I'm pretty sure I don't have enough hands to do that. I'm not even gonna bother. I always say this, I don't want to make it too long, but I end up making it longer than what I wanted to do. If there's one thing I can say in this video, is just the struggles you're going through may not be, it's not even may not be. The struggles you're going through are not something you can look at it and be like, man, I'm happy I'm going through this. But when you're dealing with it, just try to remember, whatever you're going through, you very fucking easily have the ability to overcome. I'm not saying this, I don't know you. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what mentally you're going through, financially you're going through, emotionally, physically, whatever. You can be going through you could very easily be going through a harder time than me. That's very possible. You can be going a hard time compared to anybody. But your mentality, how you perceive that and how you perceive yourself, is what's gonna help forge you to be a better person, or to take you where you want to go. Whether or not you have intrinsic goals that are high, whether you have materialistic goals that are high, whether or not you just have simple goals of just living life freely. We're in a time where struggles are going to be more advent, more in your face, more prevalent. I honestly think that the struggles that we as people in this time, in this era, our struggles, I'm not gonna say are more profound than the past, but I'm gonna say our struggles are, one, a lot more diverse, a lot more complex, and a lot more vast. The distractions, the mind numbingness, the lack of investigation, the lack of inquisitiveness, is that a word? The lack of I'm not gonna bother with that. That's more prevalent. You're gonna see, like I said, you're gonna see a lot more disparity between the people that are trying to, I'm just gonna leave that. You're gonna see a lot more people that, no, what the fuck? You're gonna see a lot difference between the people that are trying to and the people that are not trying to. And whatever your goal is, make sure you surround yourself as best as you can with what aligns with you and your goals. If you don't know what your goals are, sit down with yourself, sober, whether it be, or you can do it high, whatever you feel like it best is brainstorming for you. Do it responsibly. Do it to the point where you're still conscious. You can still control your thoughts. You can still control whatever consciously, but put yourself in an elevated state to where you're not worrying about whatever is going around you, because that can very well influence what your upcoming decisions will be. And sometimes you definitely need to pick your struggles. Sometimes you have choices on your struggles. But struggles are always going to be there. You can't pick having no struggles, because you're going to have struggles regardless. And when you're going through struggles, remember, everyone's going through something. Everyone's going through something, whether it be big or small. You don't know what someone's going through. But in that in itself is a teacher. That in itself is a guide. If you're able to just have a conversation, observe somebody that's going through something completely different than you, that could help you tremendously to what you're going through. And that could even just be a +1 instead of a multiplication of a ×2. You know what I mean? Sometimes the answer could be a multiplication, but sometimes what you need is just an addition. Or sometimes what you need is a subtraction. Sometimes going through something will help subtract what is burdening you. You know what I mean? Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. But look, struggle is necessary. Struggling is not fun. It's not easy. It's never gonna be easy. But it's mandatory. All life will go through struggles. The moment we're born, we're meant to struggle. The moment we die, do the struggles end? Or do we go through a whole new problem? A whole new situation? Struggles are not a problem. The problem is your mentality. The problem is what's internal. Once again, subjective. What you're going through is what you're going through. Sometimes, like I said, environmental stuff can play a big part in what's going on in your life, mentally, financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that. There's not much else I want to say. if you're watching this, or to whomever is watching this at the end, if you having doubts, if people are doubting you, I'm not here to be the voice of reason. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know your potential. But you know your potential. You know you. No one else fucking knows you. People act like they know you. People are gonna act, oh, you do this, you do this. Sometimes it is easy to give predictions. Sometimes it is easy for people just to be like, okay, you probably would do this and this and this, blah, blah, blah. You wake up, you're the only person that wakes you up. You're the only person that chooses to go to sleep. You're the person that chooses to eat, breathe, do daily hygienic things, whatever it may be. Go to work, go study, learn new things, practice, train, whatever it fucking may be. Take control of your life. Don't let life take control of you. But also remember, control isn't everything. Sometimes it's nice to be with the wind, you know? Be free. Be like water. Literally be like water. Go with the flow. Learn the current of things. Learn the current of your mind. Let your thoughts flow. Once you start restricting things, things start to get abrasive. Things start to get a little bit jagged. Things start to feel like sandpaper. When you have a roadblock that you cannot break, you try to push it with force, you try to move it, you try to get tools, try to get help, and then when it feels like nothing is fucking working, that's when you know it's just consistency. When you wake up day after day and you continue to choose to be better, when you continue to choose to attack, when you continue to choose to still fucking be here, you're winning. You could feel like you're losing, you could feel like you're going back, you could feel like you're stuck, you could feel like you're going deeper. I can guarantee you you're not. Well, no. you could definitely still be. But what's important is momentum. What goes down must come up. It's actually the opposite. But that's facts. So what come up must go down. What goes down, what must come up. Pendulum, man. What goes right must go left. Momentum. Things in motion must stay in motion. If you're not observing it, what is it doing? If you're not consciously taking control, if you're not taking control of your conscious, your subconscious will rule you. If you're not gonna take control of your thoughts, not gonna take control of your actions, not gonna take control of you. I'm not saying anything else. Not gonna take control of anybody else. Not gonna take control of, anybody else. If you just take control of you, your life, your actions, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, you will win. You don't have to be at the top, because that's unrealistic. Whatever it is you want to do, listen to that. Other people are going to have their opinions. They're not living your life. They're not. You live your life. You're living your life. But if you want to live a life that's influenced by others, who am I to say otherwise? In this world, there's all sorts of people. There's not black and white. There's a lot of gray. In this world, in life, in the universe, we're not going to have just one. We're not going to have zeros. We're not going to have twos. It's going to be 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, A's, B's, C's, Q's, fucking octagons, rhomboids, trapezoids. There's going to be all sorts of differences. You're going to see spheres. You're going to see lopsided circles. That's the fucking beauty of things. You're different. You're different. So be different. Think different. Act different. Continue to be different. And grow. 20 minutes. I guess it's an interesting comeback video. I don't know who's still watching this. If you're watching this, feedback. Let me know what you think. Let me know. You don't got to be personal. You don't got to tell me your struggles. But if you're going through struggles, just know you're not alone. You may be going through, you're definitely going through your own individual situation. But you're not the only one hurting. Not the only one struggling. Just remember, energy is contagious. Energy is transferable. If you're going to spread any type of energy, if you're going to share any type of energy, share positivity. If you're in a safe space, a trusted space, where you can share negativity with one another, or you can lighten the burden, you're lucky. Cherish it. If you're alone, if you're dealing with your things solo, dolo, you're a warrior. So keep fighting. And I guarantee you, the battle, the war that you are fighting will not see its resolution by your end. It will not. That pain will not go away by that. You have to face it. You have to bear the pain. Sometimes you have to carry the pain and regret from the actions that you've chose or didn't choose. Regardless, it's a choice. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. You don't gotta like, you don't gotta comment, you don't gotta share. Just think. Think for yourself. Form your opinions. And just try to live with kindness. Try to live with joy. And if you can have that with yourself, try to share it.